It has been a few months since I came across that silly copy of the first Nut Job movie. It was so silly that it's probably the reason I stopped eating nuts the rest of my days. Apparently, I found out that there was a sequel to this film. It's entitled The Nut Job 2, Nutty by Nature. The film was a follow up to the first movie. From what I could tell, it's about Surly and his animal friends stopping the mayor of Oakton from destroying their famous beloved city park from becoming a fairground. To be honest, my brother Henry hates this film because he thinks that it completely skipped the events of the first film. And that is possible since Eddie's possible boyfriend, Grayson, was nowhere to be seen. Okay, you're probably wondering how my family is alive. Well, to be honest, I was able to take him to a hospital to get him out of the evil side. That's all I can tell you since it's been so long. Anyway, besides looking at the silly copy of the first Nut Job, I was able to find another one about the sequel. Oh, for your information, my other people call my parents Mr. Clown and Mrs. Marionette. Here's the story. It's me again, Sophia. You know, that one clown girl, called like Cloud-like girl. If you want to laugh about how I look, take it somewhere else. Now, I gotta say that the Nut Job 2 had some weird messed up stuff. What do I mean? Well, the quality of the film on YouTube makes it look a lot like the film was released at some point in the early 2000s or something. Anyways, dear reader or listener, here's a question. Are you allergic to nuts? I know I am. You know what they say, be careful what you wish for. Because the first time I saw the selling copy of the first Nut Job, I got allergic to that food. Also, have you ever wondered about Beavis McFadden in the last story? Well, he moved out. He's living at college for the rest of his days. Earlier this week, I had managed to come across a silly copy of the second film. Let me explain. One day, I was watching this odd-looking movie on TV that had Commodore Hudgens and Green M&M in a wrestling tournament until I got a knock at the door. I was greeted by this grasshopper named Hopper. He also had a new friend named Audie Otter. They were mailing my mom a $150 check. I grabbed it and took it to my mom. Later on, I went to my Xbox and started playing a Star Wars The Complete Saga. While playing, Henry acted like Walter from Sephora by unplugging my Xbox. He also changed the inputs in the KL box and began channel surfing. We were watching an episode back in the barnyard till a little bumper came up and started looking at me with a very happy and surprised look at his face. He said, "We know what you did, and we're going to force you to a peanut eating contest." Henry asked me what I did, but I told him I did nothing. A few hours later, I decided to go for a walk. As I walked through the park that was the closest to my street, I saw some contents of mousetraps in their hands, but then they chased after me. But sadly, it was all a dream. As I stared at the walls of my bedroom, I began getting that strange feeling that Ace Ventura had. Things I feared disgusting, and I mean very disgusting. I started vomiting the toilet by eating from a plunger, brushed my teeth super fast, and used toothpaste and receiving water, and I started burning my clothes as I was singing opera in the shower. After my shower, I decided to go downstairs for some breakfast. Wait a second. Did I have a dream? Well, yes, but no, but the family in my dream wasn't alive in reality. What the everlasting fuck was I thinking? Deep breath, Sophia. Does that have to be real? I poured myself a bowl of cinnamon toast crunch when all of a sudden the honey monster from various cereal commercials started looking around my house for honey. I got my dad's secret shotgun and told the monster to get the fuck out of my house. They say kids should not be growing up with potty mouths, but who cares? The honey monster left my house. After breakfast, I decided I really needed the exercise by taking a walk. As I walked, I met up with a couple of people named Rex Dangerous and Sir Lenny Henry. We had a discussion about the joys of life. During that talk, Rex was running late for work. Now for me, it was summer vacation, so I didn't have school at the time. But for Beavis, he had a lot of F's, so we had to go to summer college. Anyways, Lenny Henry and I talked about the allergic reactions of nuts. He gave me a pill and I started liking nuts again. After talking with him, I went down to 7-Eleven to buy myself a pack of Reese's peanut butter cups and a Hawaiian punch as I was hungry and a bit thirsty. While I was trying to pay for my food, Ross Geller, who was the employee at the store, saw a girl named Mindy using a double gulp cup for a Slurpee. They had an interesting instinct battle as I just left the store without paying. Thank goodness they didn't catch me stealing. I should really talk about this silly copy of the nut job too, shouldn't I? Well, here I go. When I left 7-Eleven, I decided to go to Walmart to buy myself some groceries since I'm living by myself. After buying some groceries, went to the media section and bought some new games on PS4 like Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, Resident Evil Village, the Lego Movie 2 video game, and Race of Ryan. Now, I got Race of Ryan to see if it's super short to beat. While buying some DVDs, I came across something. In the DVD bin, there was a DVD with Surly from the Nut Job giving out a sinister smile. It kind of reminded me of the smile Surly gave me in my dream. I asked if this DVD was on sale. The store clerk who happened to be Nick Fury said yes. I went to check out. As my stuff was being paid for, I bought myself a Kit Kat bar. This Yeti who happened to see me buying a Kit Kat asked me if I already had some candy since I had Reese's peanut butter cup. I told her that it's none of her business. As I left the store, I found this couple who were named Buddy and Dallas. I asked them if they were homeless or something. Buddy said that they both lost their jobs and they were broke as hell. I handed them a $200 bill when I left. I also handed them a bag of McDonald's food in case they got pretty hungry. Where was I? In case they get hungry. I headed home to check the DVD. Hold on. I headed home to check the mail. There were some bills from Beavis McFadden and a gift card from GameStop. Whenever I see Beavis McFadden's name on envelopes, I always wondered when he returned from college. Anyways, I put all the groceries in my house in the right spots and sat down, with a bowl of vanilla ice cream with peanut butter topping, ready to watch this unlucky DVD. The DVD started with a preview that had Dick Halloran and Boo Boo Chicken doing an acapella to the TV show Hilda. The commercial was about a lost episode of Hill on DVD. There's also a story based on that for real, and I'll be reading that soon. The second preview had Mulcher selling his burgers at Outback Steakhouse. It was a commercial for, you know what, Outback Steakhouse. And then I went to the DVD menu. As I looked at it, I realized something. The menu had who looked like the same man from the Walmart. While the options popped up, the same man stared at me while he was driving. I hit play, so I had to challenge the DVD menu to a staring contest. And I went to the THX logo of an Oregon tune of it played. Then went to the opening logos. While the opening logos for Open Road, Red Rover, Tune Box Entertainment, Hoogman, and Gulfstream Pictures were normal, the suiting logo had the move for the circle of the logo. During the opening, Surly had a Shrek voice just like in the last one. But the children who looked at Surly were actually some pigeons. They started chasing after Surly, but once Surly finished his statement about how the nut shop went out of business, something was out of the ordinary. Instead of Everybody Get Nuts, the song that played was Love Roller Coaster by Red Hot Chili Peppers. While Surly dived into the barrel of peanuts and somehow turned to water, meaning that most of the animals near the barrel got wet. Surly got out and he went to walk to his recliner like in the original movie. I saw something that made me want to throw up. In the distance, there were a couple of chipmunks having a relationship near the peanut butter machine, but thank God no one saw what I was watching since I was all alone. Anyways, one of the mice were giving out popcorn like in the original movie. However, instead of the okay, what the fuck was I? Right. Instead of the chipmunk going into the pipe like in the original movie, he got tossed outside the nut shop and then he went to Andy's chipmunk class. Andy said, "Well, Ferdinand, you're a bit late. We were just talking about how to get nuts for any upcoming winters." Ferdinand walked away because he preferred the nut shop's nuts instead. What a loser, Eddie thought to herself. Meanwhile, we transitioned to the mayor's office. The mayor was now Mr. Badger. He was talking to Red and Yellow M&M about their insurance on chocolate. All of a sudden, Bill Dougherty appeared telling Badger that they're planning on going to war with a construction company because they wanted to turn Liberty Park into an amusement park.